Okay, thank you guys so much for coming back to today's channel. As always, our Instagram links are down below. You should go check them out. We have one for Sidney and Cosmo, one for both me and Audrey, and a van life specific Instagram page. You should go down there and check those out. In today's video, we are doing the rust on top of the van, and we are installing a window, a kitchen window today. So it should be pretty fun, pretty simple. The guide video that we're using today, it seems very quick and easy, so I'm hoping it's quick and easy. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Waste no time today. Today we have two brass wire brushes. We're gonna use them to scrape away the rust so we can get to the metal of the van, and then we're gonna spray paint it with this stuff that you've seen probably in the last episode. High performance Rust-Oleum. So, got this at Lowe's. I'm pretty sure you can get these at Lowe's. I got it from my brother though. We have scrubbed it all off and it's going to look like that, and now we're going to spray paint it over. There's a couple spots. We got a lot more spots because we did not do an amazing job at getting all the metal shavings off from last episode. So we have to fix our problem. And that is after spray paint. Now we got to do that with most of the van. Okay, starting off our tool list, we are going to need a jigsaw with, of course, some metal blades. Also, we will be using a Sharpie, scissors, and some tape. Also on today's tool list, we will have a metal file, Rust-Oleum, spray paint that prevents rust, and a screwdriver. Also, you will need some cardboard. You're going to want something to pick up the metal shavings, so we are using a car vacuum. And finally, you're going to want some sealant. And of course, you're going to need your window. So we had a bunch of screws hanging out inside of these holes. There's quite a few of them. We took those out with our handy dandy screwdriver, which allows us to take this bad boy off. A couple things we need to do with this. First thing, this is how we're going to create our template on the cardboard. And the second thing is, we have to take this off before we can install it into the van anyway, so it needs to come off first. Okay, so now that we got that outer piece on our cardboard, it doesn't fit long ways, so we're going diagonal. I'm going to take some of our tape and tape it down. This will help prevent it from moving once we are making our outline. Okay, so now that it is taped down, I'm going to take my Sharpie, go around this outside. When doing this step, you really want to make sure you get the corners well. That's kind of one of the most main important cuts, is the corners. And hopefully you have a better marker than what I got. But that should be good enough. Let's take it off and check it out. Okay, and that is our rough outline made. It's not connected all the way as you see down here. It's not, but that should be just fine. It's a rough outline. We just need a good guideline to cut. And now what you want to do is take those scissors or an X-Acto knife or any kind of knife, anything to cut the cardboard. Now you want to cut this out. So I am not going to lie, scissors are not the best way to cut cardboard, but it will get the job done. So instead of the scissors, we're going to opt in for a serrated knife. See how well that works instead. Alright, so as you see, we have our template cut out, and now we're going to go trace this template onto the van. So, we'll meet you guys up at the van. Alright, so we are going to map out the inside of the window. There's a couple things we need to take notice before we do that. For one, the reason we are marking the inside is because of these struts right here, these things. We need to cut these off. We need to know where to cut them off, all that. So these are going to get cut out first. The second thing is we need to make sure that it's above our countertop. So our countertop's probably going to come to like here. So the van needs to be above that. Roughly about right there. So yeah, the van, our window's going to have to go somewhere like right there. So we're now going to start mapping it out. So now that we have this marked out, we're going to use this to cut these boys off first. And then we're gonna make our outline for the entire window and we're gonna cut through that. So for this, I'm gonna use the oscillating multi-tool, not the jigsaw. So we're gonna get that powered up right now. Okay, so you want to give your tool time to cool down because I am burning this metal and sparks are flying. Like, this is super hot, so go pretty slow with this process. Okay, so we got one of these bad boys off. We're not going to worry about this stuff that's behind there because it'll come off once we cut it out. But I did break my oscillating multi-tool, so we're going to move on to probably the jigsaw and cut the rest of it out. If you push in too hard on these things, then they will break. So if your oscillating tool works, then just continue doing what you've done for this one. Since ours broke, we're going to pull the drill in. We're going to cut into the wall here. Drill, I'm sorry. We're going to drill into the wall where this line is so I can stick the jigsaw in. And I'm going to cut the whole thing at once. Okay, so now we have a hole that my jigsaw blade can fit through. That hole is a little bit high.
That's fine, I didn't want to.
That hole's really high, babe.
Do you want me to move it down?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to screw
Well, I guess the whole thing came off. But you gotta make them a lot lower.
Well, I didn't want to.
Come on, you gotta put it on the thing.
I didn't want to mess with the thing.
Make it a lot lower. A little lower. Okay. Now watch Sidney, please.
Give it. Come on, let's go. Sid, come on.
There's that. Looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of grinding again on this one, but that's okay. Okay, boobas. That's a little too big, actually. That line seems perfect. That bottom line is where I need to cut. We're gonna dry test the window. So we got the drill. We drilled our four corners. We're still gonna go and trace it with the dry erase marker. I'm gonna go right on the outside of each window. So it looks like we made the hole a little bit too big, maybe. We may have to use some extra caulk, and yes, my zipper is down. We will make sure it's all good and to go. We're gonna go get some water and continue on. Okay, so now that we have the window in place, dry fitted, we are now gonna screw it into place.
Where's the screws from earlier?
They're down here, I'll go get them.
Beauties, I ran into an issue.
Right. A bad issue? Is it a fixable issue?
Yeah. So this stuff needs to be cut down more for it to like fully go in.
What stuff does?
This thing. You see, because right now I have it tucked under, but I can't get this stuff tucked under. So it needs to get cut down more.
The part that we had to take off, the frame, is not fitting under these guys right here. So we're gonna have to cut this a little bit more so that way this right here can fit basically underneath that. So that's what we're gonna do right now.
Well, now that
You got it?
hold the window.
Huh?
Hold the window. Take it out.
Oh, shouldn't we spray paint this first? Yeah. Need to spray paint more on top. Yeah, like that. Okay, so the metal saw didn't work. I'm gonna have Audrey explain to you how she got it in.
So there was like stuffing down here. I like scooped it out. I put it down and I kind of bent this stuff down and slid it up there.
This is the stuff she's talking about, the stuff that was right here.
I took a flathead.
This stuff right here, we took a flathead, we dug that out a little bit and just used a little bit of woman power and we got it in there. Now I gotta go get another camera battery. Okay, so we're screwing them in now. The window comes with a couple different looking screws. Screws with like little black latches on them. They go on the corners so you can put the screen in. Okay, so a few things have happened since we were gone. We had a piece up here that, yes, it's all jagged. It had to be cut down a little bit more, so we cut that down a little bit more. We also spray painted the edges so that way it doesn't rust. And now we have this back into place, and now we're gonna put the window back up there and we're gonna screw it all in now. Hopefully it should be done after that. Let's hope, fingers crossed. This was a lot harder than the Max Air fan because there's not really a video on how to do this. So we have no experience. We're kind of relying a lot on YouTube. And the stuff that's not on YouTube, like this, we're kind of winging it. Okay, so what it looks like is I need to hack down this right here to go over somewhere. Oh, stop, spray paint right here. There it goes. The window's in place. Okay, we can finally start screwing it in. What's going on?
The screws don't going on. We just put a hole in a $50,000 van that's all up. Nothing's lining up.
Okay, so it is all screwed in. Now we're gonna go in on the inside and use a screwdriver to get them all tight and fastened. Okay, so the window is installed. Now what needs to happen, all we have to do is file this down, caulk it up, which if you guys did it a little bit better than we did, then you shouldn't have to caulk it up. There should be no caulking necessary. Like I said multiple times on this channel, we have no idea what we are doing. We're just taking it by the whim. And we're gonna do it because we want to do it. So we wanna live this lifestyle, so we're gonna do the hard things. This probably was the hardest thing that we've done. It is the hardest thing we've done yet. It probably will be the hardest thing to do in the whole van. We are doing solar next. We actually probably will do another video on the other window. But we are doing solar as the next project. We aren't doing that though, my cousin is, because he actually knows what he is doing with that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna allow him to do it. I'm gonna pay him to do it. Right now, the window's in. We gotta get some caulking done and then that's it. Okay, so yes, I did caulk the outside, but we're gonna scrape off the excess and then we'll paint it white so you won't be able to see it as much. Now, this isn't gonna be the most beautiful van out there, but it will be a functional van and it will allow us to travel to every state, travel to so many national parks, and this van will allow us to make so many memories. So it doesn't really matter how great it looks to me, honestly. I just want to be able to go out and make the memories with my dog, with my girlfriend, with myself. It's super exciting, the things that we can do with this van. If it doesn't look perfect in the video at the end, I'm fine with that. There we go, we got caulked. I'm gonna get the excess off. All right. And that is today's video. If you have made it this far, I would like you guys to go down and like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps when you guys like and comment. Subscribing just helps me feel better. Liking and comment boost our videos so more people can view it. That would be awesome if you guys could do that. We would love to get quite a few subscribers before we head off on our actual adventure. So we have some people watching. That would be cool. If you guys watched the first video, if you haven't, it's up in the corner right now. The point of this channel is not to get big and famous and be big, you know, van life YouTubers. Cosmo, I'm doing an outro. The point of this video is so that way we can document our diaries, kind of like today, how it was stressful, but we were able to get through it. This was definitely the hardest thing we've done yet, and it probably will be the hardest thing we have to do. Next weekend, we will show you guys the installation of the other window. I know I said we probably weren't going to show that since it's probably roughly the same process. But the next step is going to be electrical. We may do furring strips while we wait too, but we have to wait a little bit on electrical because the person that is doing our electrical is not here in town. He is out of town for a couple weeks, so we have to wait for him to get home. So in the meantime, we might do our furring strips so that way we can get ready to start doing the inside of the van as soon as that's done. Next week, we will go ahead and install the other window on camera for you guys. It might be a shorter video just because we've already done it, so we're not gonna go through all the nooks and crannies. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today. That's gonna be it for today. And remember, you cannot buy love, but you can always adopt it. Go down, as always. There are links in the description of everything, Instagram links, adopting links, all that fun jazz. Please adopt, do not shop. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Peace out.